Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that is not for a client. It's a session that fuses two key things. More recently, I've started wondering what it would be like for me to consider myself more of a hypnotic artist. And artists are unique in the sense that they can see the world differently, but they're also looking for inspiration everywhere. And literally yesterday, I was in a fortunate position where it was a blue supermoon, so a full moon that is slightly closer to the Earth. It's bigger, but because of its location, has like a blue hue. And because of where I was at the time, I could see this blue supermoon over the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. And I started thinking about the moon. What is the moon? You can think of it as a giant rock that happens to orbit the Earth. But you could also think of it as a giant magnet. You know, because of its gravitational pull, it acts as a form of protection. Those big craters that you see around the surface of the moon, in many ways it becomes a shield. It kind of draws those things that could hit the Earth, but instead end up hitting the moon because of its gravitational pull. The gravitational pull of the moon influences tides, but it also influences a lot of what happens in nature. A lot of things are based on a lunar cycle, and that's not a coincidence. It's because you've got this energy that is based on a 28-day cycle. So as I was looking at this large full moon over the Mediterranean Sea, I started thinking about this idea of it being a magnet. And what if you were to think of the moon as a magnet that can help attract and magnetically draw in those things that you desire? Because sometimes it's helpful to have a symbol. And given that the moon is a giant magnet, it's helpful to, whenever you see a full moon or whenever you see a moon, if you have this belief system that that moon in some way is helping you manifest your desires, that can create something called the reticular activating system, which is the part of your brain that notices what's important. Now, I don't believe there is any magic in the law of attraction. I believe that our brains and our unconscious mind is incredibly powerful. And that when you set an intention, when you decide that you want something and you desire something, that gives you the ability to harness your intuition to then take the actions, the steps, the decisions necessary to enable you to create self-fulfilling prophecies, where the very thing that you desire, because you notice it, you then take the actions in accordance with that, and then it becomes real, it becomes true. And this session is really designed to help give you clarity on what it is that you desire, but to feel that it is possible for you to have what you desire. Because the number one reason that people aren't as happy as they would want to be, as financially successful as they want to be, as healthy as they want to be, is the belief that it isn't possible for them. So therefore, this hypnosis session is really about entertaining the idea that whatever you desire is possible, not to guarantee that it happens, but to radically increase the probability of it happening because of the mechanics of the brain and the nature of resources leading to actions, actions leading to learning, learning leading to improvement, and this cycle that actually dramatically increases, in real world terms, your ability to get what you desire. This recording in audio form and video form is going to be part of my Hypnotic Wealth course. I'm going to have it here on my podcast for just maybe 3 or 4 weeks or so. After that point, it won't be available and it will only be accessible on the Hypnotic Wealth course. If you're curious about this course, the first 2 modules of the course are completely free, and it gives an outline of what to expect in the course and a system that I developed that helped me become financially secure to begin with, and then financially free, because it deals much more with not finance terms and investing strategies as much as the psychology and the mindset of what wealth is, what money really is, and what it looks like to be able to take limitation and turn it into opportunity. So if you're curious, then click the link in the show notes and that will take you to a page where you can see more information about Hypnotic Wealth, but more importantly, have a taster of what to expect in the course. And this course is growing every month. And anyone that becomes part of the Hypnotic Wealth community will also have access to a free 90-minute wealth coaching call with me, which is priced at the same amount as the course. So however you think about it, you're getting one of those free. You're either paying for the course and getting the coaching call free, or you're paying for the coaching call and then getting Hypnotic Wealth completely free. So worth thinking about if that is something of curiosity for you. But this session, it really resonated with me when I saw that full moon, and when I started linking the idea of a magnetic full moon magnetically attracting that which you desire. So find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of stress or tension, worries, to feel like they're dissolving, diluting, and leaving your body in your outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, position your body in a way that enables you to feel more comfortable. And if it's safe to do so, allow your eyes to close. And as they close, feel a wave of relaxation start to flow from the top of your head all the way down to your jaw, releasing any tension in your face, around your eyes, on your forehead, your jaw. Just allow all of those tiny muscles to relax. And as your body relaxes, imagine that your imagination awakens. And I want you to use that power of your imagination to imagine a beach at night. You can hear the waves. You can see the clear sky. You can see the galaxy beyond, the stars. But what lights up the sky is a full moon. And I want you to imagine observing that bright full moon that seems larger than it normally would be over the horizon of the ocean. And you can see the reflection of that bright moon shimmering off the surface of the sea. And there is something hypnotic about this moon. The brightness, the level of intensity. You can see patterns formed from great craters that you normally don't notice. But right now you do notice. You notice the details, because this moon is no ordinary moon. This is a supermoon, a rare event where, based on the location and the orbit of the Earth and the moon, it's closer than it normally would be. And the moon has a gravitational effect on the tides. So when there is that supermoon, those tides become more extreme than they normally would be. As you acknowledge that the moon is magnetic, even from so far away, it can pull the tides forwards and backwards. And so much of life is dependent on that magnetic pull of that moon that orbits the Earth. And I want you to imagine staring deep into that bright supermoon and accept the idea that this is a supermoon of manifestation. That simply by looking into that moon in the night sky over the sea, you are able to activate the infinite resources within you to magnetically attract more of what you desire. I want you to look at that radiant full moon in the night. See it there in the sky, glowing with an irresistible magnetic energy. Feel yourself standing under the luminous light of the full moon, feeling its magnetic pull, drawing your deepest desires towards you. And perhaps you could start to think of that full moon as a mirror, not just reflecting the light of the sun, but reflecting back your intentions, amplifying them with its magnetic energy. Perhaps you could picture your financial goals as beams of light reaching up to touch the full moon, pulling abundance effortlessly into your life. Feel the magnetic force of the full moon aligning your emotions with your desires, harmonizing your inner world for manifestation. Perhaps you can imagine the full moon's magnetic field wrapping around you like a cozy blanket, attracting vibrant health and well-being into your physical body. And perhaps you can imagine your relationships being magnetically infused with love, trust, and deep connection under the full moon's influence. See yourself surrounded by experiences that bring you joy and fulfillment, as if this full moon is magnetically guiding you toward them. Because you can allow the full moon's magnetic energy to dissolve any doubts or fears, leaving only unwavering belief in your ability to manifest your desires. And what if each of your desires was like a sparkling star in the night sky, drawn toward you by the full moon's magnetic pull? Perhaps you can focus your attention on your heart, maybe feel your heart beating. Notice the pace, the sound, the sensation. And as you feel the very center of your heart, imagine it resonating with the magnetic energy of the full moon, sending out a powerful signal to the universe. Because you can imagine your desires as magnets themselves, irresistibly attracting everything needed to manifest them under the full moon's influence. Sense the full moon's magnetic energy cleansing your aura, removing any blocks or obstacles to manifestation. And what if there was a magnetic bridge forming between you and your desires, solidifying the connection under the full moon's radiant light? Or maybe you could see your intentions written on a scroll and released into the magnetic field of the full moon, where they are distributed and teleported out there into the universe. Or maybe you could think of a magnetic vortex spinning within you. Feel it amplifying your ability to manifest your desires with each passing moment. As you breathe deeply, staring into that full moon over the ocean, let the magnetic energy of the full moon infuse your breath with the power to attract all that you desire. And maybe you could imagine the full moon's magnetic waves washing over you, filling you with a sense of peace, knowing and trusting that your desires are on their way. As you stare into the moon, feel a deep sense of gratitude for the full moon's assistance in your journey to manifest your desires, knowing that it magnetically aligns the universe with your goals. And I want you to picture your desires happening in your future. As you stare into the moon, think of your future. What do your desires mean financially? What would abundance mean in your life? What if all of your friendships and relationships got twice as good? What if your health radically improved? What would it mean to have more energy, vitality, better sleep, less anxiety? What would it mean to have that emotional peace? To feel a sense of confidence and self-esteem when you see yourself in the mirror? What would it mean to be free of disempowering beliefs that have been holding you back? What would a future be like without self-sabotage? Imagine that future filled with everything you desire. It doesn't have to be physical or material. You could imagine a future where you're smiling more, you're enjoying life more, brimming with optimism and gratitude. Whatever is desirable for you, see that in your future and allow the magnetic power of this full moon to start attracting those desires into your future, your life, your experiences. I want you to imagine time has passed. You start to see the sun rising over that same horizon, there over the ocean. The moon is still there, but now it's paler than it was before. As you acknowledge that a sunrise represents new opportunities, a new day, and from this point onwards, whenever you see a full moon, you will feel it helping you to manifest your desires. And whenever you see a sunrise, you will feel that this is your time to do your part, to take the actions to nudge that manifestation along. That you are working in partnership, allowing all that you desire to become noticeable and amplified until it becomes your experience. And then just imagine that you're leaving this beach, this ocean, the sunrise, the full moon, and returning to the present. taking these wonderful feelings of manifestation, abundance, and self-belief and trust with you into your present. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feel connected to your body in the present. Because very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, motivated, and feeling a sense of positive anticipation and expectation that more of what you desire will become part of your future. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3. Waking up. 4, 5, 6. More alert. 7, 8. Open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10. Wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.